We're also waiting to learn the fate of the third Aurora police officer charged in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain.
So jury began deliberations this afternoon in the trial of Officer Nathan Woodyard. Now, he is the officer who put McClain in a carotid hold until he passed out. Woodyard is charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide, and the jury right now deciding if it is Woodyard's actions that led to McClain's death.
Yeah, we want to go live now to our Brandon Richard from the Justice Center with a breakdown of what happened today and what's next. Brandon.
Well, Micah and Shannon, jury deliberations started just after 1 o'clock this afternoon here at the Adams County Justice Center. And right now, everyone is waiting for the jury to reach a verdict in a case that many people across the country are watching closely. In closing arguments Friday, prosecutors urged jurors to find Nathan Woodyard, the third officer on trial in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain, guilty.
That is why Elijah McClain is dead. The defendant caused it.
They say Woodyard was the first officer on scene, and they say he escalated the situation at every turn, starting when he grabbed McClain just 8 seconds after arriving. They say he also put McClain in a carotid hold, which they say set off a series of medical events that contributed to his death. And they say he failed to tell anyone, including medics, about McClain complaining about not being able to breathe.
Every phase, he's the reason Elijah McClain is in more danger. He's guilty.
Aurora officers confronted McClain after getting a report of a suspicious person walking down the street. McClain was on his way home from the store carrying a bag with iced tea when officers stopped him. Woodyard's defense attorneys say their client was not responsible for McClain's death.
We can only hope that the truth matters to you.
They blame ketamine, a powerful sedative that McClain was administered. And they say the decision to give him ketamine was entirely up to the paramedics, who they say also should have been checking McClain's breathing.
Nathan Woodyard is here because he trusted people to do their jobs. And they didn't. Elijah McClain died.
McClain died in the hospital 3 days later. His death initially ruled undetermined, but last year an amended report found he died from complications of ketamine administration following forcible restraint. Woodyard, who took the stand in his own defense Wednesday, is charged with reckless manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. He's pleaded not guilty. And just like we saw with the previous trial, the mother of Elijah McClain has been in the courtroom over the last 3 weeks for this trial, including today. Now, if jurors are unable to reach a verdict tonight, it's very likely that the judge will send them home for the weekend. They'll have to be sure, though, not to watch or read anything about this case. And then, of course, they'll have to return here to court Monday to continue those deliberations. We're following it here in Adams County. Reporting live, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
All right, Brandon, thank you for that. And the two paramedics who administered that lethal dose of ketamine to McClain will go on trial later this month. Jeremy Cooper and Peter Chikuniak pleaded not guilty to manslaughter and to assault. And today, attorneys and the judge held a pretrial hearing for this case. Jury selection on this one will begin November 17th.